Hey there. Today is April 17th, 2025. It is episode 65, and we are going to own um, your story. So, first things first, um, my word of intention today was duplicate. I was so productive yesterday that I wanted to duplicate yesterday, and I have exceeded my listing goals. For today, I am in at Sunday. I am listing for Sunday, scheduling out for Sunday. So obviously, I am more than 100% done. Of course, I'll be working tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, so, what am I reading? I am reading The Keeper of Lost Souls. That's on the Kindle. Um, Audiobook was the audiobook. Oh, that's because I haven't picked another audiobook because I just finished the one today. So we get to that in a minute. I'm doing the Let Them Theory for Consignment Chats Business Boosting Book Club. Try and say that 3 times fast. And I am still reading Blur, very little at a time, although I really would like to just sit down and finish it. Um, I finished You Shouldn't Have Come Here. 3 out of 5 maybe. I wasn't happy with it. Um, there is a definite big twist at the end, which I certainly did not expect. Um, and she had to explain what the clues were in order for me to figure that out, which I don't know. I kind of think it's cheating when you do that, right? Um, I didn't like it very much. There wasn't a really big surprise at the end, except for that big twist. Um, I don't know if I would spend the time to listen to the book or even read the book just for that little part, but I don't know. It's up to you. It's Geneva Rose. You shouldn't have come here. And what I just finished today was None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Now that one was really good. Um, if you're looking for um, just a really good overall novel with some crazy characters, I would pick up the book. I really liked it. I would definitely give it a 5 out of 5. Well, a 4 out of 5, only because I wanted I wanted the person who did all the bad stuff to be caught, and I just spilled the freaking beans. Not really, because you have no idea what's going on, but, was there a satisfying ending? Yes, there was, but I wanted more justice done. Let's just say that. I wanted more justice done. But it was a good book. It was a really good book. I had a good time listening to it. So, I prepared something for today. Remember that I'm unpacking Brena Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection, and it's living a wholehearted life. And so I wrote it down because Who could read that, right? So it's not that I'm ignoring you. I just want to get this right so you understand where I'm coming from, and it's nice and clear over here. So I'm going to be breaking down one of the quotes, and you know what? I'll read the quote in its entirety and then I'll break it down so you get where I'm coming from, right? So owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. Embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy. The experiences that make us the most vulnerable, only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. Okay, don't roll your eyes at me. The infinite power of light. I know. It's not woo woo. I will break it down for you. And obviously, this is how I interpret it. And today is a really good day for me to break this down. Um, I had quite a bit of a challenge today. I had to be super strong, and I couldn't say the things I really wanted to say, um, because it hurts me that one of my own doesn't see this, doesn't see this. And what I want is for them to be happy. That's what I want. I want them to be happy. And I don't want them to learn this at my age. I want them to learn this now when they're young, so more of their life can be happy, right? So here we go. Owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. So I have spent the last year learning a lot about myself, and that wasn't easy to swallow. I had to really dig deep and figure it out. Um, I needed to know what I wanted from life, right? And what would make me happy and keep me doing what I do with a purpose. And I learned about my faults and or my weaknesses. But the most empowering thing I learned was my strengths. I went through a lot of man, I really like that. What? Sorry, I don't know where that came from. Let's just skip that. Um, oh, sorry. Man, am I really like that? Get that now? Am I really like that? Did I really do something like that? Am I really that naive, ignorant, stupid? I went through a lot of that. I really, really did. I'm still going through it. Trust me, I am still going through it. However, I didn't see that before. I didn't see those things before, right? But on the other side of that, I see my strengths and the things I can improve on. And we'll talk about that later when we get to it. So, embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on the love and belonging and joy. So this is like saying, I'm not going to take a chance. Maybe if someone you want to spend more time with, um, but instead you walk away, you don't ask, you don't say, hey, you want to go out for a coffee, a drink, you want to go dancing, whatever. Uh, the movies, you just think, I'm not going to ask. I'm just going to walk away, right? Um, and and by walking away, you have that, but what if, right? Who knows how long you'll have that, but what if? Um, maybe it's going up to your boss and asking for that promotion you're looking for. And you kind of really need to step up and be bold, stand your ground and um, be courageous and be vulnerable. You don't know where that will lead you. And even though the answer might be no, that's okay. That too will lead you to something else that is meant for you. And although I've written this down, these are the things that I have learned, right? Yes, I have learned that this pile over here were the things that I could have done differently. I could have handled it a different way, right? Um, and now it's too late. But if I were to have done X, been courageous, been bold, been vulnerable, would have things gone differently? I don't know. I don't know. And I will never know. But if I were to stand there and pursue the thing I was after, um, the answer still could have been no, right? It could have been no, but that doesn't mean that that's not leading you to the place you need to be, right? Just because it's a no and you think that you really want that yes, you don't know what's on the other side of that door, right? And sometimes, um, like I've said many times before, I do believe in God, and I do believe that there are things that happen for a reason, and you don't realize that until you finally get to that other place that, oh, this happened because if I were to take that promotion, I wouldn't have been able to find this other job that is paying me more, with the people I like more, with closer to my home. You get what I'm saying, right? It's not easy. I'm not saying it is. But sometimes you just have to lean in and lean into fear and see what happens. Um, Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness, we will discover the infinite power of light. Okay, stop rolling your eyes. I'm telling you, stop rolling your eyes. The infinite power of light. Think of it as the infinite power of happiness, the infinite power of fulfillment, of purpose. Okay? Infinite power of light. So, eh, that's all it's trying to say, right? So, this guy that you are super attracted to, you're like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know what it's gonna say. I'll just stay here in my little corner and not do anything about it." Right? Um, Instead, walk up. Maybe that is the guy. Maybe it is. How would you ever know if you didn't? Right? Which leads me to another quote in this amazing book that I love so much. Um, People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when the darkness sets in, their beauty is revealed only if there is light from within. Gosh, I love that quote. I love that quote so much. And basically, it's just saying, when you're sitting there at night by yourself, with yourself, if you're not happy, that darkness will soak you up, right? Will just envelop you. But if you are happy with you, that is when the light comes out. That is when you can be happy on your own because you know what you're worth. You know what your purpose is. You know what makes you happy. And that's all I got to say. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.